I'm mostly just recording this now on my camera directly because I don't want to deal with syncing up the audio afterwards. I'm just being lazy. Hello friends and family, this is your Bobby and welcome to my YouTube channel where I'll be making whatever I want. This has been something I've been wanting to do for a while and I can't wait to show you more of this handsome face. That felt good.
You're very cute.
Thanks. So for my first video vlog, I wanted to talk to you all about a recent job interview I had. I usually don't get very far in my interview process, but for this one I got further than I expected. This was a bit of a weird interview, mostly because I would be teaching video editing from 8 to 9 p.m. On top of the late time, I was also expected to make like my own curriculum for video editing that would both wow my students as well as wow the CEO. I felt like this company was asking for a lot, and I actually debated with myself for a good long time whether or not this would be worth it. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to go back into teaching, and for me, I also was feeling kind of petty in case I didn't get this job, that I would essentially be building them a curriculum in case I didn't get the job. But I pressed on though. I was really curious to see how far I could get with this interview process. So as a way for me to prepare for this interview, I did a few things. Firstly, I made my curriculum around editing green screen. This is something I've been doing a lot with 152 West Productions, and from my experience with Camp Galileo, this is actually a really fun thing to learn as a student. So I might as well use it. I made some slides around editing green screen, as well as included some of my YouTube works that did use green screen. So again, a lot of the stuff with 152 West Productions. But I also wanted the class to be a bit more interactive, so I included a project folder that had some stock footage that I shot, as well as some green screen elements I found on YouTube. This was to help the students to essentially shape a story with using this said footage, something I learned in college. But in doing so, I actually taught them how to make a trash post on Reddit. In case you guys are interested in watching the what I made to present to that class, it will start right about now.
Hi there. Is this the final straw? Do you want to move so far away that you can brag about it? Then move to...
I hate this channel.
No! No! Where happiness is just a suction cup away.
I also wanted to improve my camera quality for this interview process, so I installed OBS to use my cameras. And in doing so, I was actually able to start recording my Apex Legends games. And if that's something you're interested in watching, you can watch it in the top right corner now. On the day of the interview, I pretty much spent the whole day trying to get my camera up and running from the Zoom meeting. And I never realized this until it was too late that it would just never work. I realized that it would never work because I needed a video capture card to read the feed from the camera as it's being output into the PC, because if you were trying to connect an HDMI from the camera directly to the PC, it just won't read it. So you need like a video capture card, which I have purchased that now, but yeah, I had to completely abandon the idea of using this camera. So instead I had to use my laptop, which had its own built-in microphone as well as own built-in camera, two of which is really important for the later story. So for the most part, the interview went pretty well. I was pretty personable to the kids, as well as I got to talk a lot about video editing, as well as show them some of my work examples. But things just weren't meant to be. there were two things I didn't take into consideration during the interview. One of which was the hour-long interview process. I thought 1 hour would be long enough for me to teach these kids, but it turns out it wasn't. Between me talking to them and getting to know them more, as well as teaching them video editing principles, as well as showing them my work examples, I just didn't have time to teach them or show them the video exercise I wanted to. And I think they would have given me a little bit more time than the hour, but things kind of went down south even further when it came to the audio. Audio actually dropped once I opened up DaVinci Resolve, because for whatever reason my laptop didn't know how to discern itself from Zoom or DaVinci Resolve. So if I opened up Resolve, it would cut out the audio from Zoom, but if I opened up Zoom, I wouldn't get a feed through the audio. Go figure, right? And I'd spend like about maybe 5 minutes trying to troubleshoot that to get it to work while the class is going on. But after that 5 minutes, I just like, for me, I felt kind of choked up and I had to end the class early. It was really bad. I like to think I'm a pretty tech savvy guy, but I was really embarrassed by that. So suffice to say, I didn't get the job. For me, I knew I just could not rebound off the last quarter of that interview, and it hurt. I did talk with the interviewers afterwards, and they did tell me I did do a decent job at certain aspects of it. They liked my examples that I gave, as well as my editing principles I also talked about. But for me, I just wasn't having it, because I knew I did poorly, and I just reflected on it. I don't want this video to end on a negative note, so I do want to talk about some of the positives that did come out of this video. I actually learned quite a bit from all of this experience, and one of the things I learned how to do was edit green screen using DaVinci Resolve. For me, that was something I was always taught to use Adobe Premiere, and now I can comfortably say I can edit green screens on DaVinci Resolve. Another thing I learned how to do was how to use OBS, and for me, that's made playing video games way better because now I'm able to record all my games. And finally, this was probably the first time that I actually reconsidered going back to school, mostly because I keep getting interviews for teaching positions, but I don't really know how to teach very well, so maybe a teaching credential program? Who knows? Well, that's it for me. If you guys like this video, feel free to like it, and if you are interested, subscribe to the channel. For me, making this video has been very therapeutic, so I hope you really enjoyed it. And if there was something I should elaborate more on, feel free to just comment about it, and maybe I'll make another video. Okay, bye.